Hello everybody, welcome back to MoMoVs Bazaar. Today we're jumping into yet another monster skill tier list. This is as of patch 3.0. They've made a severe amount of changes since my last video. Also, they've added a couple of new monster skills, so it'll be kind of cool to take a look at those in depth and kind of place them accordingly. Curious to see, I'm probably at the end of the video if I change my placements from other where I originally had them, because they either got buffed, nerfed, tweaked, what have you. But further ado, let's jump right into this. I just want to say, as the outlier, I'm judging these skills based on their diamond tier and their diamond tier only. So that's these skills at their best. So example, right? Adaptive Ordnance, their diamond tier version is when you run out of ammo on one of your items, you gain 30 regen for the fight. So that is the criteria that we're going with, and so on and so forth. It'd be kind of fun to also take a look at, you know, the changes they did make. If it's like very substantial, I'll try to pull it up and just like talk about it a little bit. So grab your popcorn, cup of coffee, morning cup of coffee, what have you. Maybe eating dinner, enjoy while we get right into this. But yeah, start off the list. Adaptive Ordnance. This used to give base regen based on just how many ammo items you have. So at max, if you spam your board full of 10 small ammo items, it used to give a cap of 60 regen, which by all means is pretty decent, but you also have to have only ammo items on your board. Wasn't very good. But they now changed it to you just get 30 regen when you run out of ammo item, which can be done. And because of that, all you need to do is run out of ammo items twice, and that's really not hard to do on certain classes, and you can reload them. Mac, for example, you have Athenor, you have you can even transform the potions when they do run out of ammo with the recycle bin, stuff like that. So is it better? Yes. If I remember correctly, this is based off memory. I don't have anything pulled up. I put it down to niche. Dog water needs to be renerfed. I also combined this category too. I feel like I had maybe too many categories. Just to reiterate the categories real quick. Doing this so out of order. I thought I covered everything, but basically we have Bonk, Fire, Rebirth up here. I think are the two best skills in the game. We'll see if that changes though. Definitely might happen, but probably not. Anyways, then we have the category right below it. Amazing skills for any build. And this is the important part about this category. This does not necessarily mean, and oftentimes will not mean, it's better than this. This simply just means it's a good skill and it can fit in any build. That's all I'm working with here, right? Like you'll see the skill and you pick it up no matter what. They get one out of the way, we're just gonna like throw ambush here, right? Doesn't matter what you're running, burn, poison, pacifist, well, not pacifist I guess, but you know what I'm getting at. Shielding. You throw this in and it's gonna be good. So that's that. Then this is like the juice right here. These can kind of be build worthy. Like if you get this skill, you might say, hey, I want to like do a build around this, or if I have a build, this is going to enhance it that much more. So niche, amazing, goes right here. And oftentimes you'll see like this skill here is probably better than a lot of these up here. Just throwing out there. Because of that, maybe I should lower it, but I think the utility of like this fits in any build is like really good. So if you see these skills, just take them. Pretty much. That's what that comes down to. Then you have the niche good. Like, yeah, they're good skills, but they're not amazing. Maybe you can't build entirely around it, but it can be very supportive. Help you build out. And you have the two niche, not good. And towards the end of this list down here, the further this is on the right on this line, the more of a rework it probably needs. Straight up. So we'll see how many. I had quite a few skills down here. Let's see. I think the difference between this tier list and last tier list is going to be amazing. So, anyways, back into the fray. So Adaptive Ordnance fulfills my quota of being I mean, that's a ton of regen. So this is one of the skills I was hoping got a rework, and it definitely did. So I'm gonna put it at like maybe the bottom of niche good. I mean, if you like run out of ammo twice, let's just say on 2 of your items, right, and you have some reload mechanic, you know, 60 regen is pretty decent just to get. It's also a bunch of regen trigger procs, which could matter a decent bit depending on what you're doing. So I'll put it right here. I think it's a very safe, placement for it. We'll be ordering this as we go, finalize at the end, etc., etc. Yeah. Moving on. We have aggressive, right? When you use a weapon, it gains 12% crit chance for the fight. If we take a look at aggressive over here and go to the 3.0, they only changed it this patch, so pretty big deal. So it went from 2468 to 36912, which is pretty decent. That is a decent change. Now I am curious, is it substantial enough to move it up from where it was? Because you have to use the item a lot. Like with a yo-yo, this is amazing. You can just get like full crit chance and, you know, only a couple triggers. So it's going to be niche very good. Definitely above here because weapons are just like, I don't know. Weapons are good in this game, let's just say, right? And critting with them is even better. So we're going to put it at niche good. It definitely moved up from where it was because it got buffed. But early on, this is really powerful, but later on, late game, not the most powerful skill. That just is what it is. So put it here. Put it here. And again, reason it's not going up here is like this require weapons. This is super niche. Requires ammo items and also running out of ammo. So like there's a lot of conditions to be met with this. This is like you just need weapons and them to go off. Right? And it's decent. So moving down from here. All talk. I don't think they changed this. Diamond tier plus 90 damage while you're above half your HP. That's a lot of flat damage, especially if you got weapon spam, Vanessa, whatever. This is I'll move it here. This is an amazing skill. Any weapons build is gonna love this pretty much. Especially like drum pig, weapon spam Vanessa, dually spam, you know, Uzi. Like imagine Uzi hitting you for like 100 and something damage a pop very fast. Like it's just really good. Yo-yo, etc. You get the deal. It's gonna be up here for a good reason. Next we have ambush. I was like, where'd it go? I was like, we already placed it, but start of each fight, deal 30% of your max HP. So like of your enemy's HP. What? Around a third of the fight just over because they have less HP. That's really strong. And then again, there's no conditions. This just happens. So this is an amazing skill, straight up. It just makes you win a lot faster because usually the goal is to reduce your opponent's HP to 0 before yours. So yeah, helps a ton with that. Moving on from there, ammo stash. I don't know if they changed this too much. They might have gave this one more ammo, a diamond tier or something. I think they changed this so you can find it at bronze tier and then 1 max ammo at diamond, if I'm correct. Anyways, I don't want to say it's niche good. Like maybe at the bottom, but like that's being very generous. It's hard to say it's not good because it is kind of nice to have just like extra ammo. Especially if you have like the one ammo item that you want to use, but like you don't want to dedicate some reload to it. Like this on Atomic Clock, for instance. Dooley loves this. That's so many more procs of the Atomic Clock. So actually, I'm gonna put it niche good. Put it right here. But it's pretty niche. But it has a nice home when you need it. And here we go. One of the new skills, Ancient Vengeance. When your enemy uses a weapon, charge a relic 1 second. So, do you see the important detail about this skill here? There's no limit to how many times this happens. Relics are in a really, really good spot. I know max stuff just got hot nerfed again. So that is a thing. But this could, speed up the game plan again and have them go infinite, whatever. So, we're gonna put a niche amazing and build worthy. Yeah, like if you're doing relics, this is amazing. Anything that says charge usually is very good, especially with no limit. And yeah, you're gonna have the fights where like sometimes they don't use their weapons. That's gonna be unfortunate. But even if they use a couple weapons, this is a lot of charge value. And again, speeding up your board to go faster than your opponents is, the best way to win in the Bazaar, just in general. So yeah, we're gonna put it even above the Preem Duelist. Arms Race. They just changed this one too. I think a little more scaling they did. Yeah, they actually buffed this one substantially. It went from 2 to 3% crit chance for each weapon, all the way up to 8% crit chance at Diamond tier. I'm gonna even go further. Like, it's gotta be better than aggressive, purely based on the fact that like this affects all your weapons at the same time, and this is at the start of the match, right? Aggressive, you have to use the weapon a lot, and you can gain more value than Arms Race. But oftentimes, you have like 5 weapons. That's 60% crit chance. No, that's wrong. That's 40%. I can't math. But we know this. So, yeah, to say the least, it's very, very good now. It's a lot of starting crit chance. Can oftentimes, if you have some crit already, just put you above the edge. It'd be very, very good. So we're gonna put it pretty high up. One thing to note on this, I want to harp on is, the octopus fight. I guess they named him 8-Armed Davy. They've been slowly buffing this guy like every patch. I'm just waiting for the day. It's coming soon where I'm like, oh, octopus fight. It's an easy fight. But it's a diamond tier reward. Yay, yay. I'm gonna click on it and lose to it. I haven't lost to it yet, but I know there's gonna be a day coming real soon. I'm just gonna get caught by surprise. So be on the lookout for that. That'll be fun. Moving on. Assault Force. I don't think they changed this too much, just the tiers. And yeah, this is an amazing build worthy skill here. I value this a lot. I like the slow synergies. I think the slow synergies are very good in this game. Like, you have a femur, you have a proboscis. You're doing a ton of damage, ton of triggers too. Absolutely hoses non-weapon board sometimes. Like, the slow is very oppressive, especially at diamond tier. 3 seconds is like a long time. And yeah, I think it's that good. If you have proboscis or anything that's lighthouse, anything that cares about slow anglerfish, this turns it on like really, really well. Oftentimes, if I do have a probo, I'm trying to take this fight just for the passive, because it could be a game-winning skill. So we're putting it pretty high up there. This new relic thing, I haven't played around too much with the relics. I don't have the Mac expansion unlocked yet, but from what I've seen, and I haven't seen anyone have the skill yet, but this skill here is going to be amazing. So we're going to put it right below that new skill there. Augment defenses. They didn't really touch these augment things, defenses and weaponry. Your shields have +1 shield when you sell a small item, and diamond tier it's +2. And same here, your weapons have +1 damage when you sell a small item, increase to 2 at diamond tier. So again, this is some out of combat scaling for your shield items and weapons. It doesn't matter if you buy new shield items or sell new shield items and get new weapons, old weapons. They're all affected by this, so that much is nice. That's a change they made a long time ago, where it used to only buff the items on your board when you sold a small item. Gave more scaling, but that was the condition. So I think it's a nice change, because it's just a static increase to your stats, even if you get a new item, sell your old item, etc. Yeah, I think I did just like this. Personally, I like the shielding stuff a lot better. I'm a big force field advocate. And yeah, some of these are biased too. Like, I like dually force field, I like pig shield, silk scarf stuff. So I would put this above. But since weapon spam is just like more prevalent, we're gonna go here. It's very good. But you need to sell a lot of small items. Preening duelists here like is less work to have similar, if not much better effects. Then we have Big Ego. Oh yeah, that's a chest. Dear God, that's a chest. Anyways, it's also a very good skill. Your weapons have lifesteal. Lifesteal is amazing in this game. It's one of the best, you know, I don't even know how to say effects of an item. I don't know. But yeah, it heals you a ton. No longer cleanses burn and poison though. So lifesteal did get nerfed quite a bit, which I think was kind of warranted. I don't know if they went in the right direction. I was more of the advocate, like, if your opponent has shield, lifesteal shouldn't lifesteal. Maybe they should still do that too, but it was kind of overbearing. Like, one lifesteal item can cleanse, like, 1,000 burn and keep you, super healthy, if you had the right setup. So, yeah, we're still putting lifesteal very, very high. I would almost argue above here. And it's tough to put something above a charge mechanic. But because I haven't seen this item too much, and I've seen this one a lot, and I know it's good, we're putting it near the top. But again, it is niche. Amazing. Because you need weapons, right? But weapons are very, very common as a build around. Moving on from there. Blizzard. So Blizzard's one that kind of got nerfed a little bit. So as you can see here, first time using an item each fight, freeze all non-weapon items. It went from 2 seconds of gold, 3 seconds of diamond, to 1 second of gold, 2 seconds of diamond, respectively. So it did get nerfed quite a bit. You know, a second is a second, which matters a lot. But it's still a very good skill. Freeze is such a prevalent mechanic, especially with this iteration of the new expansion items. I think mostly Mac related. Lot of really good payoffs. And yeah, it fits in quite a few builds. It also just like stops a lot of your opponent's build. Like if you're a weapon spam build, this is just pure upside, right? You could freeze your opponent's board for a long time. Not as long as what it used to be, but it's still very good. This is a tough one for me, whether it goes above Assault Force or not. I mean, I could go back and forth on this all day, but I think generically speaking, Blizzard's just better, right? Freezing your opponent's items is, I think 9 times out of 10 just could be stronger than slowing your opponent's items, right? Depending on what you're doing, that could change. So, and then we have the best boy, Bonk. There you go. We did it. That's what everyone was waiting for. Thanks for tuning in. I'll catch you in the next one. This has been... No, just kidding. But yeah, seriously speaking, increasing your opponent's cooldowns is very, very powerful. I've been having quite a few Fort Pig games as of late, and like that effect is just so strong. So value that quite high. This is one I'm very excited about. Burning Rage. When you burn, your weapons gain 20 damage for the fight. Yes. Yes. Yes, yes. Thank you. This was one I was really hoping for got changed. We can take a look. So they did change it this patch. It went from 2, 4, 6, 8 scaling all the way up to 5, 10, 15, 20. That is a huge increase of total scaling damage that happens when you burn. You can get a ton of burn triggers. It's fun. It is niche good. Is it build worthy? Like, I'm just picturing this next to, like, an Incendiary rounds on Vanessa. To get a whole bunch of burn procs. Also, like, with the right burn skills, like when you use a friend, burn 2, or hotspot. I think I want to put it at the bottom of, like, niche build worthy. Maybe right above augment weaponry. Like, if you get this early on, you have a really cool direction. Like, if I got this offered... like a gold tier skill start, I would really want this. It's probably gonna be at the bottom. Though. It might just be like at the top of niche good. It isn't a ton of scaling, but it is. I think it's good enough. We're gonna put it right here. So I'm really excited, really happy for that change. Can't wait to get games in with this. Burst of Flames. A lot of these changes, they just added like bronze tier variants for whatever reason. But other than that, it's mostly the same. Yeah, I mean, this is good in any build. That's the kicker. It's just like not an amazing effect. It's a free burn proc technically, right? Like if you have the Frostfire and you have no other burn trigger, it's kind of nice. Yeah, I almost want to put like a different category for this because this is like kind of misleading, right? Like amazing skill any build. Yeah, I don't know. I need to work on this. I think we did it. I made some changes. I apologize, but here we are. Any build. This can go in any build, right? So there's a difference between these two now. Again, this is one of those skills that's like not better than like most of these skills below it. However, early game it's pretty good. And it's also a free burn trigger. That's why I value that very high. Moving on from that, get that all sorted out. Chilling Touch, right? Lich skill, the first time you freeze each fight, slow all enemy items for 1, 2, or 3 seconds. So, this got nerfed quite hard. And I think it needed to get nerfed. It's still a very powerful effect, like a mass slow trigger is very good. It's just at diamond tier, it used to be 7 seconds. So I think it was 7 or 8. So yeah, instead of doing that, it's definitely a lot less slow. But it's definitely still niche very good. At like the bare minimum, like a big slow trigger is very good. It's not as good as like a big freeze trigger. This does hit all the enemy items, so it's gonna be moved up. You know, you do have to have a freeze trigger, but like in combination with icicles, I'm gonna put it right here. And I'm biased. I'm very biased to the slow stuff, freeze stuff, etc. You'll see that. I put this above Preening Duelist. But it's a very powerful effect. Imagine icicle freeze everything at the start of the fight. And if you have any freeze or slow payoffs, it's just amazing, right? So we're gonna put it here. It's still very good skill. Not as good as what it was, but it's still very good. Like a proboscis, you know, you slow 7 items off the start, just like machine gun or a femur, right? You have a femur, you're slapping like immediately. Lead storefront. They buffed the values on this. This is probably gonna go on the bottom. 60 value is like, it's a number. Yeah, it's kind of nice, but it's not gonna like 60 value usually won't like make or break a fight. Like luxury kiosk, it's like 60 burn. Like that's cool, but it's not really substantial because usually that thing's a lot bigger anyways. Like a subscriber's usually a lot bigger. So hope they rework this. Man, that's all I say about that. Cosmic Wind, still very good. When you crit haste, so yes, you need a crit build. But if could be your only source of haste you need, and that's very important. Could also be a ton of different or more procs of haste. I want to put it up here, kind of close to Preening Duelist. Like this can satisfy your haste need. I'll put it right there. But again, you do need the crit for it to be good. Moving down from there, Counter Strike. First time your enemy uses a weapon, charge your items 1 to 2 seconds. So they did... This one's interesting. So they simultaneously buffed and nerfed this item at the same time this patch, right? It used to be the first 5 times your enemies use a weapon, charge 1 to 2 to 3 items 1 second. So it's mostly a nerf. And this is mostly targeted at the builds that only use like 3 items max. I have a game out there where I have the skill, I only have 3 items that I use, the entire board. And so this was beyond like broken the best skill for it, because it just charged those items 5 times each one. That's like 15 seconds worth of charge in total, right? Like that's a crazy number. So now it only procs once, but it charges all your items. So if you have a wider board, this is a buff. If you plan on using a ton of activatable items on a wide board, it's a buff. But for the most part, I think it's mostly a nerf, because sometimes you have a lot of passive items, like you have a crow's nest, right? You have, I don't know, swashbuckler. Like you have all these things that just passively sit there and give you benefits. So mostly a nerf, but it's still amazing in any build. Putting it right there. Probably just a step below ambush. This procs right away, and it's a ton of damage. But like this can be better in situations. Like you just need your item go off and you win. So, you know, this, a lot of these skills are super situational as to which one's better, but on average, that's what I'm going with. You know, I'll put it right behind ambush, but it's an amazing skill. I think it's still one of the best skills in the game, even through the nerf buff tweak, whatever you want to call it. Moving on, Cryo Mastery. Another one. For 6 times you shield each fight, freeze 1 item for 1 second. So, the big thing to note here is they... oh, okay. So the only thing that was nerfed was the duration. Okay, so I thought you got more triggers of this, but you didn't. You didn't. You know, just made available at silver tier. So just less freeze duration on this, which is, you know, a nerf. You know, just nerfed it by half its duration, but it's still an amazing skill. Still very, very good. But that does bump it down quite a bit for me. Below Assault Force, because the thing with Assault Force, it's unlimited triggers. Like, I love the effects that just, like, no cap. Like the Relic one, and any amount of times you charge it. This is capped at only once. This is capped at the start of the fight. Unlimited. This is now capped at 6 times. But in your shielding builds, this is amazing. Especially if you care about shielding and freezing. It's your best skill. It's probably going to go right above Lich. Nice skills together, but just, you know, 6 seconds of freeze is 6 seconds of freeze. Very good, if you can take advantage of it. Diamond Fangs. Your small diamond tier items have their cooldowns reduced by 50%. So, big thing to note here, I think this... There was no way it was 80, right? I think it was 60. Yeah, once upon a time, last patch, it was 60. Now nerfed down to, you know, 20, 40, 30, 40, 50. So 10% nerf across the board, depending on what tier it is. But with the changes to the cooldown mechanics, this is like the least impacted item or skill among the skills that reduce cooldowns, because they change how that works. So like, cooldown reduction is now valued higher than what it used to be, but they give less of it. It's like kind of a new system they're implementing to, like, I don't know, tweak how cooldown works. And I think they're testing it out. I kind of like the changes because, you know, if you have Diamond Fangs, you have a Diamond tier item, you can still throw an Insect Wing on that item and not have to take it off the board because it sees its modified cooldown. I don't know. It's a whole, like, I do patch notes. I go into it a little bit there. Just so you know, this is better this patch, even though it looks not. So that being said, we will rock you. Diamond Fangs, I almost want to put it above Big Ego, but it deserves a home right here. 50% cooldown is very strong if you can build around it. Like, if I see Diamond Fangs, you bet your buttery biscuits I'm building around it. Like small item dually, Vanessa holster, small item. It's like a dream. It's like a dream there. Oh yeah. Distribution system. When you use a large item, haste your small items for 1 second. So they did tweak this. So again, it's one of these weird tweaks where, like, it was more haste duration, but it only triggered to 2 to 3 small items. Now it hastes all your small items for 1 second. So I think overall nerf, unless you have, like, a large item and then the rest are small items, then this is better for you probably. Trying to think like Tortuga board or something that cares about haste triggers. It's probably better. But for the most part, maybe a little bit worse on average. Just on average. Just say niche good. The niche amazing build worthy, I feel like, is getting bigger than last time. I still think it's pretty good. Just I think it's a good thing you have a lot of build worthy skills. Just as a rule of thumb. Like some of these I might be putting too highly. We'll see. We'll see how the categories look at the end. Draconic Rage. Use a medium item. A burn item gains 9 burn for the fight. So let's take a close look at this. Ready? Okay, so it lost 1 burn. Lost 1 burn at Diamond tier. And when you take the Dragon fight, I think you only find it at Diamond tier anyways. So, not too big of a deal. It's still an amazing build-worthy item. Like, if I get this on day 7, you bet your buttery biscuits one more time. I am looking for a burn item. But I put it right above Lich, because it could be the only scaling you need, right? Can go very, very good. So we're going to put it here. You're never not happy to see this if you see it early on, and you can pivot into it. Actually, it's probably like below Supreme Duelist, though. Supreme Duelist is just like good all the time, mostly. Like this is the line of like niche build amazing. Is like this is good all the time. It better be doing a whole lot more for it to be above this. Dual wield, exactly 2 weapons, 50% crit. Now it's like it's super niche. It's not too niche, so it's niche good. If you can satisfy the condition, it is quite nice. I'm actually going to change. Maybe I try this. I keep changing stuff too much, but for now I'm going to be up here, kind of out of the way of most of the tier list. Yeah, we'll put in niche good. It's almost too niche. We're like, yeah, you can satisfy just having 2 weapons, but most of the time it's like kind of weird to just have 2 weapons. You know, if it happens, it happens. So put it there. But 50% crit is a very powerful effect. That's what I want to, harp on. Pivotal Exchange got better this patch. When you heal or gain regen, charge your poison in 1 second. So that's the important term. Or this goes very well on Mac now because Mac like only has regen items, not heal items, pretty much. So we're putting this up. It says charge an item. If you can build around this, it's going to be very, very good. Probably right below Blizzard because it is a little tough to both get the regen and poison. It's kind of max specific. Like Pig has healing and regen, but no poison items. Vanessa has some healing and regen. Just probably a little harder to put together. And then Dooley has like first aid. That's it. But yeah, it's still in a very, very powerful skill if you take advantage of it. Like if you get a funny enchant, oh, it's great. Like you get the heal trigger you need, or you get the poison that you need. It's good. Like Pig with a poison item and this, very, very good. So we'll put it there. Put it there for sure. It is very build worthy. Just a little tougher to do. All right, Extreme Comfort. They buff these numbers. I don't care. Is it even niche good now? It's like, it's not a payoff, like, means to the end, right? It's decent scaling. Like, if anything, I want to put it at the bottom. It's got to be a little bit easier to satisfy than this. This is, like, really, really niche. We'll put it here. It got a rework. It's not as bad as the Sergeant Stud still. It's a substantial amount, like 12 shielding. Anytime you heal or gain regen, that's something. So we'll put it up. It definitely, I think it got moved up from last patch. Moving on. Fire Rebirth. Yeah, you saw it. You can put these interchangeably. One's better than the other depending on the opponent's board. I've harped on this before. If you die, you don't heal the full. Seems good. Also, this is a very intended effect. I don't know if this is how it works, but comment down below if you know. But this entails that this is a heal trigger. So once upon a time, Fire Rebirth used to cleanse all your burn and poison. So they nerfed it, right? First time you die, cleanse all your burn and poison and go back to full HP. That's what it used to be. And that really, really sucked for the poison and burn builds, right? Like their entire game plan just got literally shut down. A weapon build didn't care. They can do it again, right? They can deal the damage again. That being said, it says heal to full. And what does healing do now? It cleanses 10% of burn and poison. No. It cleanses a percentage based on the amount healed, right? So if you have, 100 poison on you and you have 10,000 HP, I'm just like throwing numbers out there, right? It would cleanse all that. It would cleanse it all. Or you have 1,000 HP. I don't know. Math is hard. But anyways, it's going to cleanse a ton of burn and poison if that's how it works. That's what it seems like from the wording. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'd be curious. I really haven't seen this interaction yet. So they kind of reverted it back to being even better. So I'll put it above Bunk because of that. Let's go with that. Above Bunk because of that funny little factor. Moving on. Firestarter. Start of each fight. Burn up to 35. So yeah, this is just better than Flame Juggler. The condition is you start the fight and this happens. Very good. How did you put it here? Right? 35 burn off the rip. May not be the biggest amount, but it's off the rip. It's kind of like Ambush, but like leagues worse. But it could be that burn trigger, right? I compare this to having Frostfire. Start of each fight. Burn 35 and freeze one of your opponent's items. So I'll put it here. Freezing an item like halfway through the fight, especially when you're losing, not as important. Flame Dancer. So this is one they buffed a lot. You just give like 3% crit chance or something stupid. Now it's up to 25% crit chance. So it's good. It's niche good. You have a burn build. You're never not happy to see this. And it's all burn items. You don't have to have exactly 2 burn items. So we're putting it even above Mr. Moo, right below Augment Weaponry. I think that's straightforward. Cool. Roadie wins. They changed this one a lot. This used to be when any player used an item, it was like all items gain 2%, 3% crit chance. So it was kind of like a double-edged sword. It's like, yeah, your items are getting crit chance, but so are your opponents. But now your weapons deal double crit damage. If you have something that already does double crit damage, like a scimitar or something, or cutlass, right? Cutlass. It's gonna be piranhas. Crazy amounts of damage, and this only affects you. So this kind of moved up. If you have the crit chance to satisfy us, you want to go for it. It is specific to weapons, but it is a very, very powerful effect. Dealing double crit damage is super strong. So we're gonna put it right here. I think this even moved up from like my last placement. So I do like the change though. I think I like the change in general, just generally speaking. Moving on. Free rides. One of the new skills. The rightmost item is a vehicle, and your vehicles have up to 15% cooldown. Pretty cool. No, that's solid. 15% cooldown no matter what. Even if you don't care about the vehicle tag, which there are decent synergies. I think the best vehicle synergy in the game right now is probably Flashy Pilot. You gain like 30% crit chance anytime you use a vehicle. So you just turn like a yo-yo into a vehicle, and then your items have perma crit chance. So that's just like a niche case of it, but still 15% cooldown is very good. And I value cooldown quite a bit. I'll probably put it right below Breeding Duelist. It's only one item, but 15%, still 15%. We'll put it here. I like it a lot. Similarly, Full Arsenal. This one they might have nerfed a little bit. I gotta check. No, they actually didn't change this one too much. It's just the wording of the percent cooldown. All the things that give cooldown, like percent cooldown, is the keyword that they changed on like how cooldown works in this game. That's just like another topic to go into. All you need to know for this is, you know, it's not too hard. Most boards, oh, you have a vehicle, weapon, and tool. That's 30% cooldown total. Wow, that's crazy good. Even if you only satisfied 2 of these conditions, if you have a weapon and tool, 20% cooldown across the board is crazy. Even satisfying 1 of these conditions is very good. So we're going to put this 30%. I'm just picturing 30% cooldown. It's very niche, but it's build worthy. Like if I see this, I'm looking 30% cooldown is really good. It's like it's close to Diamond Fang tier. Like it's up there. Let's put a ray in front of the relic thing because I haven't seen the relics too much in action. Or at least the skill with the relics. It's probably disgusting, but we're gonna put it right there. That's very powerful. Yeah, alright. I'm happy with that. We got Guardian's Furry. Furry. Oh, help, I'm not furry. Anyways. While you have shield, your weapons have their cooldowns reduced by up to 30%. So again, another cooldown thing. But this is kind of easy to satisfy if you're a pig or dually. You get like defense grid, and you have a fat shield, and your weapons just go off that much faster. I think it's very good. Very, very good. Stuff that says cooldown, I think is very good. It is pretty niche though. You have to have shielding and weapons, which isn't like too unheard of. But you have to have a lot of shielding or lots of instances of shielding. But for a very powerful effect. If you can build around it, I think it's that good. I'll put a rape right above the double crit, right below the freeze. I think it's that good. And again, this is coming from a biased force field dually enjoyer. Yeah, 30% cooldown is a ton. It's like, it's the same amount here, potentially. I think it's just a little harder to satisfy these conditions. Like, compared to full arsenal, you can just run a tool weapon vehicle, and you have it no matter what. You have to have shield on you in order to proc this. So, that's the only difference there. We got hard shell. Speaking of which, imagine a hard shell proc, and you have the Guardians thing. Still an amazing skill, and it's for any build. Put it right there. Simple. Imagine 50% of your max health as shield. Seems good, man. Moving on. Heat lovers. When you burn, gain regen. Yeah, you could build around it. It's pretty okay. There aren't too many payoffs for like burn regen stuff. You got like Sunlight Spear, but like Sunlight Spear is the payoff, and you need a lot of burn triggers instances. Like it's cool with solar farms. I'll put it like niche good, probably like top of it. Go like that. But yeah, like if you get the skill, yeah, there's some payoffs. It's just like not as apparent. But it is kind of nice just for the passive regen anyways. 8 is a lot depending on what stage of the game you're in. Hunker down. So this is one they severely changed. I think it's a cool change. My one problem is it might be too niche. There's like one build in the game that works extremely well with this, which I'm excited to try out if I ever get the opportunity to. When Sandstorm starts, you take 75% less damage for the rest of the fight. That is a very powerful effect. But like, yeah, guys tell me, past day 7, how many times you actually get to the Sandstorm? Like most of the time it's 0, right? That being said, Max Sandstorm Potion, now that's kind of sweet. That's kind of really sweet. Someone let me know down below. I'm not too sure if it works with the Sandstorm itself. Does that count as dealing damage? I don't know, or it's just like true damage or something. Like, I don't know the mechanics behind that. But if it works with, you know, taking less damage from the Sandstorm as well, that's kind of nuts. Like, I'm normally like dreaming of situations where I have Hunker Down and a bunker on board, and I'm taking like, you know, 95% less damage. I don't know if it's additive or, you know, not. But, like, imagine 95% less damage. It's crazy. It's crazy. But it's just here for the too niche. It's not here for the not good. The Sergeant Studs is here for the not good. This is for, like, way too niche. But if you can pull it off, it's super sweet. Hyper Focus. I think they reduced the cooldown of it by a lot, but it's still very good. 25% cooldown if you can satisfy the condition is amazing. Do I put it above the double crit damage? Probably. A little easier to satisfy, and it's very good. Imagine. I had an eel very recently. You look back, well, not too long ago. Octopus with hyper focus. Like, I stole this guy's kit and then also gave it a knife trick and got that thing down to 1 second really fast. So, very cool. It's a good skill. Hypnotic Drain. When you use a weapon with lifesteal, freeze a small item for 2 seconds. Still amazing. If you satisfy us, it can be game winning. I'm going to put in niche, amazing, build worthy. Probably right below the relic thing. But in the right setup, you have a medium item, you're freezing like most of your opponent's board for the entire fight if it's a fast acting one and if it has lifesteal. So again, a lot of conditions need to be met, but if you do, you build around it, it's one of the most powerful skills in the game, can perma-freeze your opponents, etc. More than likely. I value this quite high. Into the Void. First time using an item each fight, destroy an item on each player's board. This is an interesting one. It can fit in any build, for sure. But like, what percentage of the time are you taking this? I probably take this maybe like 2 out of 10 times, other known as 1 out of 5 times. Or like, yeah, I have boards, I have items I don't care about if they get blown up, but it can really win you the game if you blow up the right item on your opponent's side of the board. So I'll put that there. Very powerful effect. And I think with, like, the dinosaur stuff, maybe it's even better this patch. I don't know. But yeah, they did nerf it. You have to use an item. It doesn't just happen. So that's the good news. Moving on. Jack of all trades. New skill. I'm super excited for this one. Because this kind of leads into, like, I think the most interesting games. And when you take items from other classes and, like, mix them with your board, makes it amazing. First 5-10 times use an item for each fight. Charge 1 item from another hero 1 second. So, like, again, yeah, you take an item from a different class, you charge that one specific item. And most of the time, in my experience, is if I'm taking an item from a different class, I want it to be the carry or, like, this passive supportive carry. But most of the time, like, the activatable carry. So, this gains a ton of value in my books and how I like to play in general. So I think it's very good. Yeah, well, we ran a room. We're going to get rid of the bonk fiery tier and just, like, do, like, this for now. That looks okay. Above Assault Force, for sure. But it is pretty niche. You have to be running an item from a different class, and one that you care about charging up a lot. So we'll probably put it right below Equivalent Exchange, because Equivalent Exchange you can use unlimited amount of times, unlimited charging. But this is kind of easier to satisfy, though, half the time, so just keep that in mind. But again, it's only 10 times, but sometimes that's more than enough. Juggler. When you use a small item, charge a large item 1 time. This is an amazing skill. You can really build around it. I don't think there's too much to be said. I really like this skill. Usually large items you can, like, carry with and just go off. There's some large items, if you get Juggler, you just win the game straight up. So we're putting that very high. If I get this, I'm trying to build around it each and every time. Jerry Rig. When using ammo item, reload. The item to the left of this, I don't think they changed this too much. It's a little too niche. It's cool. It could be very good. A little too niche. Put it, like, right there. I mean, honestly, it probably gets more play than the turtle. Unfortunately. Hunker Down, though. But Hunker Down early on is, like, kind of decent. I don't know. It's kind of weird. Kind of weird. Lash out. Start of each fight, poison. It's probably going to be at the tippy top here. Poison 12. I mean, the issue with Lash Out is usually you get it very early on. I'm running out of room. You get it very early on, and it's very impactful. Like 3 poison, like day 1, up to day 5, can make or break a ton of fights. But the most important thing, it's one of these start of the fight skills, and you can freeze an item at the start of each fight. Something to note. We get to Rust. Or like Into the Void. Those skills require an item to go off before they get used. Lash Out doesn't care. Start of each fight, you poison. Boom. That's just how it works. They try to get rid of like a lot of at the start of each fight effects because they're just so strong late game. This is no different. You have Paralytic Poison or something, some crazy poison skill that cares about like an instant of poison, no matter what amount it is. Like when you poison freeze. Very good. So we're putting it up here next to Firestarter. Firestarter is just a larger value. Master Sales. Your items have double value during combat. This is niche good. If you're a pig enjoyer, pig main, you love seeing this if you're doing value stuff, but like it's only value pig that really cares about this. Not even the piece route, how it's worded, cares about having its value increased. So that's Master Cells. If you have a Subscraper, Skyscraper, whatever, you'll love to see it. But if not, sure. And it's very good. Very, very good. Neophiliac. So this is one they changed. First time you freeze, burn, slow, poison, haste each fight. Charge 1 item 1 to 2 seconds. I think they changed this. Yeah, so they changed it from like base 2 to 3 seconds to 1 to 2 seconds. So it is a big nerf. However, it's still an amazing skill. Yeah, if you can satisfy all these conditions, that's a ton of charge time, a ton of charge duration. It's not the hardest thing to get. Like, again, if you have Lash Out, like Neophiliac loves Firestarter, loves Lash Out in conjunction. You could be running 0 burn items, 0 poison items, and get value right off the bat. That's why, and again, that's why I put these up here. Like, they're good in any build, especially if you can play around them. It got nerfed a little bit. But honestly, speeding up your board that much is like really good. Like Mac can have 1 item that like triggers all of this. Maybe not the haste, but like still. Yeah, I'm never not happy to see this. Even if I only satisfy 1 or 2 conditions, it's a lot easier to do so, and it's very good. So I'll put it here. Right below the Hypnotic Freeze, which, again, this is easier to satisfy than the Hypnotic Freeze, let's say, but Hypnotic Freeze is like a much more powerful effect, I think. Just constantly freezing your opponent's items over and over again. Here we go. 1 shot, 1 kill. Haven't had too many games with this, but I know if you use a passive item like Caltrops or Proboscis, let's say, you just get the increased triple damage, which is a very powerful effect. The increased cooldown ever hurts quite a bit, but it's a trade-off, and it's very good. It can make or break a lot of fights. I don't really know where to put this one, I'll be honest. Put this right here. Yeah, this needs to be fixed a little bit, but it is cool to see how many good monster skills there are now. I'll do final adjustments later. Panic. First time you fall below 50% HP, reload up to 4 items and charge 4 ammo items 1 second. So you're doing ammo builds. It's kind of cool now. It's a lot better than what it was. So we're just going to put in like niche good. Niche good seems like a good spot for this. I mean, it's definitely better probably than ammo stash, would be my guess. Although just having a flat ammo is nice. But it's only one item. Put it like right here. That feels right. But again, we gotta move stuff around again. All right, we did it. We moved stuff around again. Very good. The one thing I don't see in this, maybe because I changed the name, is this Overheal Haste. Which I don't see the skill. We'll save that for later then. We'll go Paralyzing Rush. When you slow haste a weapon 1 to 2 seconds. Pretty powerful effect. Again, you have to have a slow trigger and weapons to satisfy it. But it is haste. Could be a ton of haste. But I'll probably put a rate below. It's probably easier to crit than to slow. That's pretty subjective. But it is a very powerful effect. Could satisfy all the haste conditions you need. So similar to Cosmic Rock, they go very close hand in hand. Could be a ton of haste trigger procs as well, which you might just want in general. So yeah, we'll put that there. Interesting one. Passive power. Your items with no cooldown have 50% damage, burn, poison, shield, heal, regen. So whatever that is, gets buffed up a ton. I haven't seen this in action, but I feel like it's gonna be very good. Oh, whoops. Whoopsies. Grabbed the wrong one. Similar to the cooldown of the weapon, I'm gonna put this probably a step above. Although, if you have a proboscis, you kind of want to see this more, no? So maybe it's pretty niche as well. Put this below the cooldown. Probably right below Preen Duelist. Like, in the right setup, it could probably be one of your best skills you could ever hope for. You have a Caltrops you're scaling up. But otherwise, probably right here. It's pretty niche, but I think it's pretty good. I haven't seen action. Be kind of cool to try out. Petrifying Gaze. First time you fall below half HP, each fight frees all enemy items for 1, 2, 3 seconds. Still an amazing skill. And again, this fits in any build. And it's very good at that. I'd rather freeze all my opponent's items than gain the big shield most of the time. Unless I'm like a force field build or something. Spiky shield build. So I'm going to put a niche. Amazing skill, any build, right below the Counter-Strike. Pickpocket, start each fight, gain gold. It's good. It's good. I like amazing skill. I don't even argue that, but any build that goes in. Thought I'd put it right here. Yeah. Poison Tyrant. When you poison, gain regen for the fight. I think it's a really cool build around. Certain builds, it's amazing. Like, Mac really cares about this. So it's very good. I see it like easier to build around than like a lot of these other skills. But I kind of value the haste more than the regen. That's just generally speaking, that is. So we'll put a right below the Mosquito and the Cosmic Rock, which are kind of all on the same tier anyways. Put it there. Power Broker. Your weapons have damage equal to 1, 2, 3 times your income. Yeah, it fits in any build. Honestly, right there. I'd rather have +1 gold income or +4 gold income every fight. Actually, at gold tier, it's like 8 gold. Yeah, how often do you see a gold tier pickpocket? But like if you did early on, it's kind of nice. But right here, most of the time it's 5 damage. Unless you're a pig, maybe it's +20 damage. Okay. Prosperity. They didn't change this one. Your shield items have shield equal to value items. In this one, I didn't rate as highly, but I want to rate it higher. I think it's good, no matter what. Honestly, yeah, no, it fits in any build. Even if your total board's values like, what, 50 gold, 60, 70 gold, that's that much shielding. That's very good. I'm going to put it, you can't see it, I'm going to put it right behind Lash Out. Fits in any build. Well, actually, no, you need shielding. You need shielding, huh? That's the kickers. All right, so it goes niche good. Tip top and niche good. You could argue putting this higher, but I'm putting it right there. Purifying Flames. When you gain regen, burn items gains +3 burn for the fight. I think the numbers on this have to be messed with a little bit. That being said, it's still good. It's probably like right below Heat Lovers. Like it's kind of okay. If you could build around it, sick. It's kind of cool. But yeah, you need the right setup. Ravenous. This is one of those skills. Boom. Amazing in any build. You fall below half HP. Destroy an item for the fight. Very powerful effect. Probably right below. I'd rather freeze all the items than destroy one item. That's just me speaking on a personal level. But I'll put it right there. Probably right above Hard Shell. You could just win the game. You destroy the item, right? That's kind of how Bazaar works. If I had Into the Void plus this and some dinosaurs, I'd be sick. Destroying all the items. Relax, bro. I think they just hot nerfed this. The regen amount. Scratch that. No, they kind of buffed it. Gold tier, it was 2. Diamond tier was 4. So they buffed the gold tier, but also added a bronze and silver tier value. Which, again, a trend they've been wanting to do with monster skills to find them earlier on. Which I think it would be cool if you found some monster skills at like a bronze tier value. As opposed to like usually, you know, whatever fight you take, it's like diamond or whatever, gold. That'd be interesting. Anyways, pretty powerful fact. When you slow gain regen for the fight, there's quite a few builds out there that does care about this. But it's not like crazy good. I think it's pretty. It's like bottom tier of amazing. I've seen. Yeah, no, my gut's telling me to put it lower. There are pretty cool payoffs out there, but yeah, you kind of work a lot for it. When you use a tool, reload adjacent item. That's niche good. You have to have tools, but it's gonna go like right above the panic. All these ammo skills that deal with reload doesn't impact the board a ton, but it's good. Like if you need to reload an atomic clock, you can definitely do that. So we'll put it there. Rigged. First time using an item each fight, haste all your items for up to 3 seconds. So they nerfed this. At the same time, they buffed it. And I'll go into detail because this is an important one. It's still going to be any build can use it. Probably put it right below the Gorgon. But you can argue. I think because of the nerf tweak, it's probably right below. But I would still be hard pressed not to put this here. But for our sake, we're going to put it here. It speeds up your entire board. Early on, this is one of the best skills you pick up. That being said, I thought they changed it this patch, but I guess they did not. This was hotfix patch number 2, as you see here. But instead of at the start of each fight, haste 2, 3, 4, 5 items for 3 seconds. At first time using item each fight, haste your items 3 seconds, like at diamond tier. So this could potentially haste more items. Like if you have 10 small items on your board, it's better, but if you don't, it's worse. Because if you have like 5 items on your board total, at the start of each fight, haste the items would have been better. But now you have to use an item in order to trigger this. So it's a much needed change for sure, but it is a nerf kind of. Depends on your board particularly, but most times it will be a nerf, just straight up. But that being said, still an amazing skill. You're gonna run or take this fight almost every time, etc. First time using item, haste 1 weapon, so kind of like worst rigged. It's good. And it's one of the first effects. Probably top of niche good. Opposed to the slow's repeatable. This is like you have to have a weapon It's like, you know, whatever. So that's why it's niche. But it would be up here. It'd be up top here. Rust. So again, another one of these changes. First time using item each fight, slow 1 items for that duration. Yeah, this used to be at the start of the fight, slow 1 item for whatever time it was. Now you have to use an item for this to go off, and it makes it substantially worse. But it's still a very good skill. And for that reason, I'm gonna put it behind even Lash and Firestar. Like, it's still good, fits in any build, right? You just use an item, you slow. But again, this is at the start of the fight. This is also at the start of the fight. Namely, like, Raid is not the start of the fight, but hasting all your items is such a powerful effect. For free. Sharp Steels, when you use a weapon, adjacent items gain crit chance. So, this is like the interesting comparison in my head now. Oh, I don't have this one. Like, I'm comparing this to aggressive, right? Where you use the weapon itself, it gains the crit chance. This could technically scale your weapons up more, but positioning is so important in Bazaar. I have to put it behind, because sometimes you just weapon spam everything close to each other, but sometimes you want to have, like, your leftmost item be a weapon and your rightmost item be a weapon, and they're not next to each other, scaling their crit off. So many times that's happened to me where, like, you know, I would put a pendulum between these 2 weapons, and then sharpening steel does nothing, even though I have weapons that want to scale each other's crit up a lot. So I'll put it right below aggressive. Still can be good. Damn. Short up. When you heal or gain regen, charge a shield item. So this is big for Mac, because now Mac can trigger this, but he has no shield items. This is more or less a change for Pig, because Pig has a lot of regen options. So short up is a lot better for Pig because of that. That being said, like, it's not the best payoff. But it is unlimited charge, which is, like, should go higher in theory, but, like, heal and shield, unless you have the right enchants and the right build around it, if you're only doing healing and shielding, it's not good. But you have, like, a poison effect, a burn effect on the item you want to charge up, sure, that's good. But on face value, it's, like, not as good as you would think. I'll put a rate here, because it is unlimited charge. There's no cap on this. No cap, which is a big deal. But yeah, Pigs love this skill if you have the right setup. Ooh, one of the new ones. Siphon Shield. Your shields have shield equal to 200% of the poison on your opponents. Who's using this? Generally speaking, who's using this? Unless you have a poison enchant, who's using this? It seems like super niche. It is niche good in theory, but, like, just in theory. There's probably some Siphon Shield enjoyers out there. It's just pretty situational. Like, Toxic Shield at least makes sense. Like, you have 1,000 poison, you get a percentage shield based on that when you get low. This is like you have to run shielding and poison items, which is, like, not the most prevalent synergy out there. That's all I'm saying. It's harder to make work than, like, the others, and the payoff isn't, like, crazy good. So we'll put it like that. Small Refresh. When you use a small item, heal. Did they hotfix this again? There's no way. Is there no limit to this? There's no limit to this. So I think they originally hotfixed this item because of how powerful it was. Because, you know, healing used to cleanse poison and burn by 10%, no matter the amount. Now it's only a percentage of the heal, so it makes this item, again, a lot worse. But early game procs for healing, it's very good. But again, need a lot of small items, and it's not the most substantial heal. It was a lot better last patch than this patch, so it's going to go down the niche good. Probably below the crit chance for sure. But all the ammo reload stuff, I kind of like tempted. But it is a heal trigger. This is something of note. Whatever cares about heal trigger, you can get a ton of them, which I may be undervaluing a little bit. But we'll put it here. Snowstorm. Yes. 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 This was one I was looking for a change. When you freeze your weapon, a weapon gains 120 damage. So this is a skill that I was really looking forward to having changed because, like, look at this. This used to be... Where's the hotfix? This is not correct. This used to be when you froze an item, your weapons gain like 3 damage. It was like 2 damage, 4 damage, 6, 8 damage. For the fight. And that scaling is abysmal. You compare it to Shatter. Shatter would give like, I don't know, bronze tier like 15 damage when you froze to all your weapons. Like, it was night and day how much better Shatter was than Snowstorm, which like was the worst scaling. It was kind of similar to Burning Rage. Terrible scaling. But because Freeze is so powerful and you usually want to fit it in your builds no matter what, if I see the skill early on, I'm taking full advantage of this. I think it's an amazing early game skill item because that is a lot of damage. If you get like a couple of procs on a weapon that attacks very fast or whatever, you know, you want to do on a good weapon, that's a ton of scaling. And you can do a real build around this. So I'm putting this up here. Oh man, I wish I could put this higher, but I can't. I'm going to put a raid above even Draconic Rage. At Diamond tier, it's 120 damage. You kidding me? Like an Icicle. You can have a build your own, like, Nitrogen Hammer, which warrants it to be higher. Like, one freeze trigger, and you're doing more damage than Preen Duelist. Like, if you put in perspective here. I think that's where it settles. Raid above one shot, one kill. I'll put it there. This, honestly, this might be the biggest jump from, like, low tier dog water to, like, viable. Good job. Good job, Snowstorm. And it's probably better than Burning Rage because you want more freeze triggers than burn on average. Any build can kind of, like, throw in freeze here or there. It's just personal preference. But it is a lot more scaling for one carry item. But the amount of scaling it does on it is crazy, crazy good. Anyways. Thick Hide. Yeah. When you slow charge an item. That's it. Slow charge an item. No conditions. Just slow. This goes up. I don't know. It's either above Juggler or right below Juggler. Like, if you're doing slow synergy, this is like one of the best skills in the game. It can charge any item, no conditions. It's not like when you use a small item, charge a large item. No, it's when you slow, charge an item. Straight up. Unlimited times. That's good. It's not when you heal, charge a poison item. When you heal, charge a shield item. No. This is really freaking good. The least conditions you have to satisfy, the higher up it goes on my list. That's just how it works. Time to tinker. When you haste shield. That's good. It's good. You know, 40 shielding. But it requires haste. I put it like right here. It's really good. Toxic Friendship. When you use a friend, poison. So this is interesting to me. Not very good. Not a ton of poison you're doing, but it's the poison procs that matter. So something like a Dualitron. Like if I have a Dualitron, I'll be looking out for this skill. Like it's good. It's probably like niche good. Yeah, niche good seems good. Let's go with that. Kyber Drone. When you slow, your weapons gain 20 damage for the fight. Now, compare this with Snowstorm and Burning Rage. It's probably like on the same tier, no? But slow and the weapons seem to make more sense. I don't know. My tier list is getting kind of convoluted as well. I need to fix this up a bit. I don't really have room. Make that a little smaller and we're chilling. Yeah, I have to look at these damage scaling options like slow, burn. Yeah, I'll take a look. It's gonna be really close to Burning Rage anyway, so we'll put it right there. Trickle down economics. When you use a large item, haste your other items 1 to 2 seconds. So this is a skill I think they also made better or worse. Double check on that for you. Apologies. I know the video is running quite long, so if you're still here, I really appreciate you. I like to get into the nitty-gritty of like each instance. So haste another item, your other item. So yeah, they like buffed and nerfed this. I think this is mostly a buff. Because it just, instead of hasting one item, it hastes all your other items. So yeah, no, I'd almost argue this is a buff. Is a ton of haste. Could be a ton of haste triggers too if you have a fast acting large item. We'll probably put it above these crit and slow haste stuff. Probably right here. There. A lot of this is just personal preference too. You know, like you may have better experience with some items than not. Unwavering. When you use an item shield. Again, this is one of those skills. Amazing in any tier. Probably put it. I'll put it below these. I like the triggers better than like just passively shielding. Like it's good. It's good. It's good. Not amazing. Vengeance, your left and rightmost item have 15% cooldown reduction. So we're going to put this right here to compare with the ventriloquist skill. This is only one item getting 15% cooldown. This is 2 items getting 15% cooldown. So how much do I value that? Probably right there. 25% cooldown on a medium item or 30% cooldown value in total. I might be rating Hyper Focus a little too high. Anyways, we'll get to that. Void Energy, when you burn, charge a shield item. I think the burn and shield synergies are very good, just in general. So I think they work extremely well together as compared to like Short Up, which is like finding the payoff is a lot rougher, but finding the payoff for Void Energy is not as hard to do. And now it comes down to mostly bias. I'm gonna put it like here. I enjoy the synergy a lot. I think it's very good. Put it right about there. Void Rage, when you burn, haste an item. Similar effects here. I personally enjoy this a bit more than the crit and slow even. Like that. Void Rend, when you destroy an item, sure, man. Yeah, it's like, it's a little too niche. It would be interesting to see if they change this, but really not the most powerful effect as of now. But yeah. You have Waters of Infinity. 40 regen for each non-weapon. That's so much. Did they buff this? Oh yeah, Diamond tier, they doubled the amount of regen. That is so much regen. So if you have a full board, you can have 400 regen just like off the rip. All small items that don't do damage. Right? Oh my god. So they buffed this quite a bit. Even if you have like 5 items, that's 200 regen. No. That's really good. I put it right above one shot, one kill. And yeah, that, my friends, is the final tier list looking thing. Boom. Let's go. I'm gonna get it all in perspective here, and now we make some final cuts. Final changes. Anything I want to change. So start from top to bottom. These two, they take their place for a reason. Ambush is amazing. Kyber Drone probably the second best, just like generic skill you can get. Followed by the rest of these. You know, these two are similar. Rust matters that it's behind because you have to use an item first. Same thing with Rigged again, but like Rigged is a haste to all your items is so strong. It's like a holster kind of. Any build, these are funny, but they fit in any build. Not particularly amazing. This is where the good stuff is. What's going up top? I'm happy with Diamond Fangs, happy with the lifesteal. Full Arsenal is like so much cooldown reduction. And then I think these are probably the two best charge skills in the game. I might be overrating the Relic thing. I don't know. I feel like I might be overrating the Hypnotic Drain as well. But if you have the right setup, like a large weapon, like ready to freeze their entire board, I've seen like games just won by this. And it's like, it's build worthy. If you get this, it's hard to do, but it is build worthy. That's why I put it there. Ton of charge triggers, which was nerfed. Same with Blizzard, freeze duration, charge duration, both nerfed. I already forget what the skill is. I think I said it. But I just know it's good. Yeah, my brain's kind of fried. I've been talking for an hour and 20 minutes now. Appreciate, again, everyone being here. But this is kind of finalized. I have Snowstorm way above Burning Rage, right? Which Burning Rage and Kyber Drone both give the same amount of scaling. Compared to other passives and stuff. And I kind of want to move them up because of that. I gotta take a look at Preening Duelist. Preening Duelist is 90 damage off the rip, so long as you're above half HP. If you have 5 burn triggers, it's already doing more damage than Preening Duelist. Same with the Kyber Drone trained. Could be really nice scaling. I kind of want to move them up. But, I'll put them there. Boss Harrow's a bit higher than a lot of other things. Jack of all trades, I'm curious to play around with. Also, it's probably higher than most other people is putting this Void Rage on here, but I love the Burn Shield synergies. That's why it's so high up. Again, anything that says charge, you can usually abuse one way or another. Double crit damage seems good. Yeah, and Snowstorm's really up here. I put it above Vengeance, which is like kind of iffy. Probably put Vengeance. I mean, this is 30% cooldown on 2 items. Like, that's stupid good. Stupid. Put it right here. I'm happy with this placement. Because 120 damage is a ton, and this is on one weapon. If you have a one weapon build, this is one of the best ways to scale its damage up. Just straight up. Whatever you're doing. Yeah, and the rest is history. I don't think these are changing too much. It's like a haste a weapon when you slow once effect. Yeah, no, I'm pretty happy. I'm curious on your guys' thoughts. What would you change? How would you do it different? I kind of want to look at the ending of my video to like really compare. Just food for thought over here. So this kind of... wish I could present this a little bit better, but... I thought I had a picture somewhere of this, but... we're working with this for now. So, interesting things to note. Rigged. Also, I don't know why I put the Neophiliac in the any build, because you do need a build that cares about haste. Like, a lot of conditions, but you do need a build that cares about it. But I did put it high up. I put the yeah, the Kyver Commander skill above the ambush, but now that they nerfed it, I put ambush above. Hunker Down used to be an amazing skill in any build, and now it's moved all the way down to Dog Water. So that's interesting. Rust was ahead of Firestarter and the Viper skill, but since changed. So that's interesting. I still have Diamond Fangs at the most amazing niche skill. That checks out. Thick Hide I had up there. I also had Burning Rage up there. I don't think they should be above a lot of these skills. They should be up there. I also moved up. Where's Full Arsenal on this list? Oh, Anything to Win skill. Is that a monster skill? I might have missed one. Anything to Win. Where would I put Anything to Win? It's a good skill. Where's Toxic Friendship? Here? It goes above Time to Tinker. Probably goes right below, right above Preying Duelist. I'll put them around here. Anything to Win, because it's burn and poison triggers for free. That's just stupid good. Probably right around the Frost here. I'll put it here. The Frost skill. Frost Street Champion skill. Anything to Win's very good. But yeah, Full Arsenal down here. I moved that up. I moved that puppy up. That was a good skill, especially how important cooldown is these days. It's up there. I don't think anything else shocks me too much. But yeah, again, the best changes here, I think, in my humble opinion, is the Frost Street Champion skill, Burning Rage skill. Those got buffed and nerfed a lot. That's really cool. I feel like I'm missing some skills here. I might be missing a couple skills. I don't think the Overheal Haste is a specific skill to whoever. Wait, let me see. Yeah, after looking, Pyrohemia is not a monster skill. And neither is this one, I think. So I don't know what in the world was I listing there. But Lord of the Waste skill, I definitely moved up quite a bit. To build around? Yeah. Yeah. But this build around tier did get bigger if you compare to before, which I think is really cool. The more skills you have that really shape your build up and make it interesting and unique, I'm a big advocate for it, just general. So yeah, final list, final offer, locking it in. Pretty cool. If you're here for this long, thanks for hanging out. If you're put this video, hopefully this is a video you put on like right before you go to bed. That's my ideal situation. Just some background noise for you to enjoy. So, got this far, like, subscribe, you like content like this. Thank you again for 600 subbies. That's the special of this. You guys are amazing. Everyone's super helpful down in the comments, pointing out misplays, everything else. Learning the game together, which I really enjoy with the community we're fostering here. It's been quite a journey, and couldn't do it without you guys. So, thanks again. Till next one. Bye bye.